welcome back to the channel for another lovely Wednesday craft video. We are going to be doing part 2 of our glitter wreath project. That was kind of hard to say, not gonna lie, that was a little hard to say. We're going to be doing part 2 of that because remember in the original video where I showed you how to put the glitter on it, I told you I was going to show you what I was going to do with it later. We have come to the later part, so that is what I'm doing now. And I'm keep looking because I have it sitting over here. But let's see here. Oh god, let me get this without knocking anything else over. Okay, so here is our lovely wreath, what we did with it, and I'll show you how I put everything on here. Now none of this is held on by hot glue, not a bit of it, because I'm gonna put this on my front door, and since it is now September, I can put this on my front door, but I can't use hot glue on my front door. Anything that goes on my front door, I cannot use hot glue. I have to either use wire or some other kind of non-heat reactive glue because I have my front door and I have my screen door, and when it gets between 80 to 90 degrees, or what is it, 28 degrees Celsius and 30 something degrees Celsius, depending on where you are in the world. But when it gets to those temperatures, the glue just melts, so it's pointless for me to put anything like that on my front door. So I have to find alternatives because I live in the south and it gets hot, especially the sun, because the sun rises behind the house and it sets in front of the house, so the majority of the day is kind of like toward the front of the house, the way our house sits. So it gets a little hot right there. But this is what we did with our wreath. We put all the little twiggies and flowers and bows and stuff on it. So I will go ahead and cut to the video on how I did all this and meet y'all back when we're done. Okay, so we are here for another craft video. Remember I told you in the previous one where we actually put the glitter on this wreath that I was going to show you what I was going to be doing with the wreath afterwards. So again, it's we're kind of making a dupe, but we also aren't, because we're doing our own thing with the wreath that we put all the glitter on. Now, as I told you in that video, I did put too much blue, but I am compensating with that because I'm going to go ahead and do like a purple blue kind of thing. So we are going with that. So once you have your glitter wreath, now this could be one that you've already bought, or if you did like we did in the previous video, if you went ahead and put the glitter all over it, then you can just move on from this spot. So what you're going to need for this one is wire cutters. Now I've already used mine. I went ahead and pre-cut everything, but you will need it, and I also used it to kind of trim up the wreath a little bit because I had some kind of flyaway little twigs and stuff going around, so I did that. But I went ahead and pre-cut all of my leaves and things from their original stems. Same thing with the little twiggies that we're going to be using. I went ahead and pre-cut those, so you wouldn't have to watch me do that. But like I said, you're going to need these little twig branches. Now you can get some from Michael's. I know right now they're on sale, but I got all these. This is like a bundle of 2, I believe, and I just kind of cut it down into individual branches. So I got 2 of these, and then I've got these. They're the purple, kind of bluey purple flowers that they're selling at the Dollar Tree with like little bats on them and stuff. I got some of these. I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to use, so I just kind of have a good bit here, and I have them cut down and stuff. I may need to cut them as I go, but I have all of those. And then you're going to need a lovely little bow. I went ahead and made mine out of some purple ribbon that I had from the Dollar Tree. So now if y'all want me to do a video about how to make bows, I can, but I'm not the greatest at making bows, so there's probably better videos out there. But you know, it's just an option. But that is the bow I'm going to be using, and still kind of playing with it and moving it around and stuff to make it look more like how I want to, but that is what we're using. So first things first, we're going to, because I like the way they have a wreath that I saw, I can't remember at what store, but it had like the kind of twigs coming off, and then it had all of your central stuff right here with your bow, and then it had like another little piece right here. I don't have that piece right now because I'm not sure if I want to get a skeleton and put right here, or what exactly I want to do on this inner side. So I'm just going to show you pretty much how to focus on this side, and you can still make a really pretty wreath that way. So that's what we're going to do. So all I'm going to do, and you could, if you want the added security of using glue, you can do that, but I'm not going to, just because if I hang this on my front door where the screen door and the door is, there's too much heat, so it'll just melt the glue again. But what we're going to do is just going to stick all of these, like I'm mainly going to focus, kind of go this way and this way with my little branches, so I'm just going to kind of stick them in like so and make sure they're kind of in there pretty secure. So Just do a couple. And you know, you can do this in a uniform fashion, you can do this kind of randomly. It's really up to you. That's the one thing I love about personalizing your wreaths, is because you can make them however you really want to. So I'm gonna put a few there, and let's move down here and put a few. And thankfully, the way these wreaths are designed, you can pretty much just stick them in there and know that they're gonna be secure. So just turn that so y'all can see what I'm doing. So there we go. Now we're going to take, now they have these branches that kind of have the bats on them, like so. It has like a little bat on it. So we have some of these, and I'm going to use those as well to kind of fill it in a bit more, because it looks a little sparse right in here. So I am going to use this and kind of fill this in just a little bit more and give it a little bit more definition and body. So let's just stick that on in there. Plus I like the way it kind of makes like there's like a little bat swarm. I think it looks really cute. So we're just going to stick those in. And this makes for a pretty quick and simple craft that you can do once you have all the supplies. That's your main thing with this, is if you don't have the supplies, then it is going to take a bit more time, because you got to run around and obviously get the stuff. But if you already have it, it's pretty quick to just kind of sit in your living room and do this. Ready? Let's do one more, kind of right in there. And that gives us like a cute little bat swarm. Okay, now from this point, we're going to be filling in with the flowers. Now, as you work on this too, you may find you need to cut down your flowers a little bit, so that's always a good thing to keep the wire cutters handy. And another thing I like to do is when I have the flowers in place, just go ahead and kind of bend them forward so you can get them to where they focus more in the front. There we go. Now you can pre-bend them before you stick them in there, but I like to stick them and then kind of bend them, so you could just go ahead and bend it and then stick it in like that. But it's really up to you how you want to do that. Okay, now if you wanted to, your wreath is pretty much done. You can leave it right here. It looks pretty as it is. But for me, I think I want to go ahead and add my bow kind of down here. Yeah, it covers up some of the details, but I kind of like the way the bow looks. Or I could put it kind of right in there. It just, I don't know. It really depends. So let's see where we want to put the bow. And actually, I think I'm going to stick it off to the side here. So let's just do that. Okay, sorry I had to take a minute and get that bow kind of adjusted on there. It didn't want to work for me, but that is pretty much what the wreath turns out to be. See, and now you can either add more to it or take more away. It just really kind of depends on you. For me, I'm probably going to be finagling with this bow for a bit just to get it to look right. But, and then you could add a bit more flowers in there. So you could pretty much from this point do whatever you want to. It gives you a good base to kind of add anything. Ooh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't see that. But from here, since your wreath is done, and all your focus was right here, you could add more, you could take more away from it. For me, this gives me the opportunity, that gives me a really, really good base, so I can go ahead and hang this up and it looks pretty. And then as, you know, I kind of get used to it or kind of wanted something different in it, I can add more to it to give it a bit more interest. So from here, you pretty much have a really good base to make any other kind of wreath that you want. So I hope this was a little bit helpful and gives you kind of an idea of what you can do to make a wreath that, you know, it's okay for like a little bit, and then if you want to change it, you can, and it won't cost you too much more money, because these types of wreaths for some reason can run a good bit in stores when they're not that hard to make and they're not that expensive to make on your own either. So that's why I figured it's just pretty easy to kind of just shove everything in there, and then you have a wreath that's going to last you a good bit. And this also gives you, like if you have the problem like I do with mine, that I can't really put anything with hot glue on my front door just because the temperatures in there remelt the hot glue, so it just makes everything fall off. So I can't do that, so I have to do stuff that doesn't involve hot glue if I want a wreath on my front door. But I hope this was helpful. Drop me a comment below and let me know anything else you would like to see. Like I said, if you want to see a tutorial on how I make the bows, I can totally do that for you. That's no problem. I'm not the greatest bow maker, but I can at least give you the method that I use, or like the way that I do it. So, you know, if you need somebody else to try and show you. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Like I said, let me know down in the comments. Okay, so hopefully I was able to show y'all a good bit. I know the lighting wasn't ideal, but I was doing this at night in my living room floor, and we don't actually have like a light overhead, so I have a desk lamp. Like, it's a tall desk lamp. It's like an 8-foot tall desk lamp, and it has a big lamp at the top, and then it has one kind of go over the couch so I can read. But yeah, so that's why the lighting wasn't completely ideal, so I'm sorry about that. But hopefully it made it simple, where you kind of just take everything apart from the original stems, and you kind of just use the twigs and stuff on the wreath to kind of just shove it in there and position it how you want to. I'm still not sure if I'm happy with that bow, honestly. I really think I might change it. And after I got done doing this, I had a really cute idea of getting some of the creepy cloth and kind of putting it in here and adding some more little details on it before I stick it on the front door. So I think that's gonna end up looking really, really cute. And I know I want to make another one with snakes, because there's a wreath. Here we go. I just talked through the wreath. There is a wreath at at home that has snakes on it, so I'm kind of thinking about getting some more of the little twiggy guys and putting some black glitter on another wreath and making that, because I think it's gonna look really, really cute. That one's gonna need hot glue, so it's probably gonna be an indoor wreath, which is going to work perfect over my dining room table. So that's what we're probably going to do for that. But yes, hopefully this gives y'all somewhat of an idea of what you can do. And it's fairly inexpensive. Like I said, this wreath costs about $4.99 from Michael's. And then I ended up using 2 of the little twigs, so those are $1 a piece from Dollar Tree, and then I had 2 of the flower stems, so again those are $1 a piece from Dollar Tree, and the ribbon actually came from Dollar Tree as well. So all of this section came from Dollar Tree, and just this section came from Michael's. There we go. And then on the back I just used one of the little orange kind of pipe cleaners, and that's how I have it kind of hanging right here. So that's basically how it looks when you hang it up. So, but hopefully that was a little ways to understand that. And if y'all have issues like me, this gives you an alternative to where you can have something really cute on your front door, and you know, you don't have to use hot glue and worry about it coming to pieces, because that's normally the case for me. I don't want to spend $80 for a wreath and it just completely disintegrate on my front door. I've done that before. So moment of silence for that, because that was just literally watching my money melt. It was sad. It was a sad day, but I've learned from them. I've learned, now I make my own, and I don't have that problem no more. I do have a problem with some of the plastic pieces melting, but that's about it. But anyways, I'll stop rambling on. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe. I haven't said that in like my last ever videos here recently. I've just completely ignored to say that. So there we go. Please subscribe. Please share this video if you know anybody else that has the same problems that I do. Maybe this will kind of help them a little bit and see that they can still put a wreath on their door. Just, you got to find a little bit of alternatives. And I know I have 1 or 2 more wreath projects coming up where, again, we don't have to use hot glue to put really cute things on our front doors, because not everybody can do that. But anyways, again, I will stop rambling. I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.